Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video, and well, back with a video that could also mean the start of another new playlist on my channel because, well, I found something I need to share, which is not like a classic proper release, but something I found, well, in a few boxes of library music CDs I'm still going through. I've mentioned that a few times, I guess, that I'm sitting on a stack of library music CDs and albums from the late 80s into the 90s and 2000s. I'm listening to all of those. Some of those I keep, which is, well, a few more, I guess. I've kept about 120 of those. Still a stack to go through, and some of them go up for sale on like Discogs, which is down in the description box. And amongst these, I found a library music CD that is really wild. I'm talking about this one, which is called Classical Beats. I hope you can see this right. Released on Extreme Music, a library music label from the UK. And this is according to the catalog number and a bit of a Discogs research. Released in the year 2000. I'm gonna remove that like booklet from the tray so you can see it a little better. Classical Beats, all tracks arranged by Sly, Fly and Batman. This is definitely something that has been made up, and yeah, the cover of this looks wild and the whole operation is wild. So this is an inlay. And I wonder who they thought is the target audience for this. It's a double CD album basically. We got 27 tracks on the main album, which are like between 2 and 3 minutes long as usual for library music tracks. And we got another album, which is unusual, which is 15 minutes long with 30-second versions and cut downs of those tracks. Which usually library music CDs work in a way that there is like 20 or something like full-on tracks, or like tracks like 3 minutes or so, 2 to 3 minutes, and then they are followed by like 50-second versions, 29-second versions, and like stings from those tracks like after that. So usually you end up with like 60 to 70 tracks on a library music album basically, but this is a little different, interesting concept with those like 30-second like outtakes, which are meant for advertisement and stuff. I'm going to show the CD in full. Extreme Music CD 039. The release date is not listed on Discogs and not mentioned here, but I've extrapolated this from the other catalog numbers that were like mentioned on Discogs, so I reckon this is in the 2000s. And yeah, what makes this wild is that this is going to be rare anyway, because library music CDs are, and well, this is a mixture of contemporary club music of the time and a lot of samples taken from interpretations of classical pieces that were like as full classical versions, like to be found on other like extreme music CDs. So basically you got mashups of classical music and club music, and I've got a few things noted down here. We got a track that is, well, I need the track list here, which is on Discogs. Hide on the Balconies, which is track 3, which is like a proper drum and bass track. We got the following track. Cool Cannon is like hip hop. We got some like hard rave tracks. We got some like breakbeat garage meets The Prodigy. We got like proper dub, like real like 4 to the floor reggae dub music. We got some breakbeat hardcore. We got one track that stands out, which is Crawl of the Grouting King, which is taken from Per Gynt, which is like a motif that has been used, I guess, in one of the famous horror films or psychological horror films from the 80s, I guess. I couldn't pinpoint which it is because I haven't seen a lot of those, but I definitely remember that kind of melody being used in one of those horror flicks that were like transmitted on late night TV after their like cinematic release. And yeah, this is a wild mixture, and I suppose the guys behind this release, Sly, Fly and Batman, definitely were involved in the drum and bass scene or in club music anyway, because the production of those tracks sound really professional. I really love the drum and bass tracks. And to give you an idea what has been sampled or like used in those tracks, which have, as you can see here, a genre assigned to that, or to them. Not really accurate in the most part, but for advertisers to give them an idea what they're dealing with. And we got, of course, Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker, Mozart's Marriage of the Figaro, we got Bach's Air on a G-string, which is also sampled in G-string breaks, which is one of the two-step garage, UK garage tunes in there. We got Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake, Mozart's Eine kleine Nachtmusik, Carmen, Habanera, more Bach Air on a G-string, Ninth Symphony by Beethoven, Bizet, Mendelssohn, Wedding March, Grieg's Peer Gynt, and a lot of stuff. So that is interesting, but also wild. I listened to the whole album before I shot this video once again, and I think this is one of the more obscure and interesting finds you can have in contemporary like library music with a club-oriented twist, which oftentimes is, when it comes to that kind of like dance music, a little cheesy, which is true for this one, but usually when they are like doing club music, or when they used to do like 90s club music for library music, it was very cliche and very, well, boring in a way and not really like interesting. But with this one, the classical beats, they tried at least to put an interesting twist on this, and they succeeded in my opinion. Like 27 tracks of madness. Some of those are like really great. I find there's only like a handful maybe that are like, well, that shouldn't have been on there, because the production is all over the place and the use of melody, classical melody and like electronic synthesizers and stuff, is just a mess and it doesn't really fit. But overall, especially for the drum and bass breakbeat tracks, this is a really enjoyable album. And as you can see here, there's a contact on top of this for the Sonotone Records label, or like for the Sonotone offices, which were, I guess, in Germany taking care of a lot of library music at the time, because a lot of library music CDs I got of those 120 in my collection I'm keeping. They have like stickers providing like contacts for the Sonotone office, and yeah, I acquired those in bulk. I'm probably sharing that story in a short or something like that, because that's well, different to this one. But well, classical beats, so you got classical music in conjunction with like electronic club music of the 2000s, and before that an interesting, humorous but also well thrilling twist on the library music genre. So an interesting find. I'm going to keep this one for sure, but those are like not too expensive on Discogs I've seen. So there are a few of them out there, so if you want to grab this for love, or if you're like a club music fan or you want to sample something like this, that's definitely a recommended album. So for now, I'm out and going to go to editing mode. Hope you enjoyed this. If you own like more library music CDs which are messing with club music, let me know. If you're a like CD album collector of library music and want to have like more stuff, check out my Discogs seller link, of course. And for now, I'm gonna go into editing mode. See you in the next one.